Good morning. I'll let you look at my wood pile while I talk. It's growing slowly. Well, actually pretty quick. Um, I was going to just talk about something real fast about the subtlety of God's nature and how we don't, our mind, like I've said it before a lot. Comlish talks about this, the president of the Heartfulness System, about how the mind is only able to comprehend so much. Even if you're super smart, you still can't comprehend everything. And the heart is what really is the center of it all as far as expansion of consciousness. And I've noticed, I follow a couple of people on Twitter. There's been a couple little Twitter battles going on. A couple of them are, and they're all within the same genre. So they're basically all people who I wouldn't, I wouldn't label. I'd label them as free thinkers, right? People who are kind of, free thinking, but they're getting caught up in these arguments and these little quarrels, and it's really a matter of integration of truth that makes you realize humility, and humility is really the most valuable thing. And the reason humility is one of the fundamental parts of this heartfulness path that I'm following right now is because it makes it reveals truth to you. Truth keeps revealing itself. God keeps revealing itself when you have humility. Sorry, there's a couple of jets flying over. A whole bunch of them, actually. One after another here. And they are loud. Give it just a second here. One more flying over. Hang with me. But it's interesting that these divisions are starting to, these little splits are starting to show. Instead of people supporting each other, they fall back into this defensive position where they have to stand on top of someone else to feel better about themselves. And I had an incident at work. I usually don't talk politics, but somebody started saying stuff that I just wasn't going to listen to it. And I wasn't rude or anything, but I just said, I disagree with what you're saying, and I actually feel the opposite, and this is why I feel the opposite. And of course, they didn't want to hear that, and they automatically went into victim mode. And that's okay. You know what? I love that person, and they're still my friend. And after we had our little exchange, I let this person know that I said, I still love you, and everybody has, basically just let the person know that just because I don't agree with someone on a point, that doesn't change my love for them whatsoever. If you love someone, you love somebody. There's no condition to be put on that. And if you're being abused by someone, or someone's treating you really badly or whatever, that's different. Then you have the obligation as part of your self-defense training to just walk away from that. But basically, these people that are fighting, these divisions they're fake. They're fake divisions. There really is no division between people. We all are connected at the level of consciousness, and that is where a truth seeker is ever pursuing and ever pushing, is towards this more expanded version of consciousness. And it's kind of like living in a house and thinking that you're separate from everyone else because you're living in your house. But if all the walls fell down on all the houses and we all realized, oh, we're all living together, it's kind of like that. But we've built up these barriers with our psyche, these psychic barriers. And they actually are real physical barriers. And these barriers have to be let down and removed. And we're the only ones that can do that. We can't expect someone else to step in and make these barriers just disappear. This is inner work that is part of our path, and it's part of our consciousness expanding, is to do this work. It's work. It's like it's like this wood pile. You chip away at it, but when you're done, you have something beautiful. And what we'll have when we're done is we'll have this beautiful, beautiful sense of self, our ego, if you want to call it that, that has been transformed into almost like pounded gold. Like it's just so radiant and so subtle, but it's just because it's able to pick up that God, that reflection of God energy, and just transmit that godly energy. And it's just so beautiful. It's just such a lovely thing. And anyway, I just threw that out. I know it's kind of a lot of stuff at the same time, but hope it made sense to you. Have a good day.